Hi everyone, my name is Brandy and I am a spiritual counselor. I do shadow work, shadow alchemy, shadow healing, and I'm also a intuitive relationship strategist. I help people with their love situations. And I thought today I would do a collective reading, and today is it's going to be Monday, January 12th, 2026. So, as of that, what lesson as a collective are we not getting or grasping? What lesson do we need to take in? Now, I am using Druidcraft, and I'll have to look at the images before I pull out a card. So, that's the question. What lesson as a collective are we not learning or not taken in, or that we need to understand or to learn? So let's see what I pull here. Whoops. That one had come out. And I'm going to keep it. So what do we need to learn? Or accept? Or take in? Whatever the case may be. And let me look and see what we got. Okay, so we can do this one. Interesting. The card that fell out is Death in reverse. And we have Two of Wands in reverse. Now, a lesson that we're not learning is letting go, accepting change, allowing change to occur, allowing change to happen. It can also mean we're afraid of making choices. We're afraid of stepping out of our comfort zone. We're afraid of taking risks is also another meaning. But mostly death is about not accepting change, not accepting, when it's in reverse, when death is in reverse, it means you're not allowing change to happen. You're not allowing the death of something to happen. You're not allowing transformation to happen. You want to stay in your little comfort zone, which is the same thing as well. Normally it's about being at a crossroads. It's about not taking the path forward. It's about not making a choice, making a decision. Okay? And I'll read from the book for you as well. That way you can understand too. So we got Two of Wands. That was the card that I pulled. And this is the card that fell out, which was Death. So not accepting change. And here's the book. Okay. So let's look at what fell out, which was Death. And everybody gets scared about the Death card, but really it's not one to be scared of. Okay, Death. Reverse meaning. Keywords: avoidance or fear of change, wariness, stagnation, pessimism, depression. It is normal to be fearful of change. Life often seems so threatening that we feel we must cling on to those few rocks of stability that exist in our life, even if deep down we know it's time to move on. The trouble is, if we cling on for longer than we should, we can end up suffering from feelings of stagnation and pessimism. Fear, rather than trust and joy, is ruling your life, and fatigue or depression can result. And I just got a hit with something. I'll speak that in just a moment. You may not be experiencing such extreme symptoms, but instead may simply feel that your life is stuck. in some way. Old habits die hard, as the saying goes, and the more unconscious you're resistant to change, the more you are likely to experience a sense of inertia and lethargy in your life. This is death in reverse. Okay. So now let's look at Two of Wands in reverse. It's like unable to make a choice, unable to move forward. Reverse meaning, the holding of tension can only last for so long until it is suddenly released to a spectacular effect. Perhaps this has already happened or soon will. A miracle can occur, a sudden change, usually joyful, can take place that was quite unforeseen, or a decision can be made in a moment that resolves a long period of tension. I also wrote using power in abusive ways, hopelessness, lacking options, trouble getting started unprepared. I also wrote that down, but there you go with the Two of Wands. So I usually add to my books of meanings, or of things that I've seen happen when I get certain cards, or that I've read about that makes sense. But like I said, I had a hit about this. With the current events going on right now, especially in the U.S., there are a lot of people that are afraid of change, that are afraid of stepping out of their comfort zone, afraid of what may happen if they take charge of basically taking charge of authority. And I am going to post a reading that I did as well. I've seen this. I think it needs to be posted too. I did a reading about a certain high-profile person that is currently in office that, and let me say this, this is for entertainment purposes only. I have to CYA, cover your butt. But I did a reading about it because I heard the phrase being taken out. Then I heard divine retribution as I was shuffling the cards. And I did do a posting a video on it. And I guess I will now post it up, and because this message hits. We need to step up. We need to, despite our differences, despite our political party affiliations, because I know there are some people out there that they're feeling the effects of how the government, the administration is going. And they have been apologizing for basically following blindly and only following their party affiliation, not really looking into the whole situation. While some people on the other side are saying, no, you voted for this, you wanted this. We kept telling you time and time again, this is going to happen, that's going to happen, and you ignored us. And these people don't want to accept or don't want to forgive the other side, which both points are valid, okay? How both sides are feeling are valid, and I totally understand that. But in order for things to shift, in order for things to happen, we have to come together. There needs to be forgiveness. there needs to be accepting apologies. Even though I understand how strongly others feel about what the other side did, even though I understand all that, in order for things to shift, it's a revolution. We have to come together. Okay, we have to come together. We may not agree on some points, with the division of the parties involved. We may not agree on some points. However, there is agreement on one point here, and that's the point we need to focus on. We need to put our differences of other things aside if we want to take control of the situation. And basically what the reading was saying is that the cards that I pulled were, the overall energy was the Star. Then we had the Page of Wands. We had the Page of Wands, had the Queen of Cups, and then we had the Nine of Cups in reverse. And basically what it was telling me is the Star, to me, is the divine retribution. It's coming spiritually. It's not to where he's taking out being unalived. Instead, it's like the actor is losing his stage. He's losing his audience. And he's saying things, doing things with the Page of Wands in reverse that everyone is starting to notice. And the Queen of Cups represents those that are awakening, those that are seeing the light of the situation. And I point out as well to look at the card itself. Those that are seeing the truth, those that are awake, basically they're getting woke. They're awakening. They're getting woke. We hear that term all the time. And there's some that have positive things to say about it, and there's some that have negative things to say about it. But the majority are being woken up. They're seeing the light. And with the Nine of Cups in reverse, his ego is not being filled. He's not being heard. His wishes are not coming true of what he's been saying, what he's been wanting to do. And it's because the central part, his followers, not all of them, but some of his followers are turning against him. They're seeing the truth for what it is. They're seeing the light for what it is. That's why I say we have to come together to make things happen. And this also, we have to change our ways. We have to accept change. We have to transform change. We have to create and transform. We have to come together. Okay? We have to make a choice to come together, to put to death what is going on, to unalive what is going on. And we have to make that choice. We have to make that pathway. We have to, in the original tarot, it's got, for the Two of Wands, it's got a guy that is holding the world in his hands. He's got one hand holding on to a wand, and he's got the world in his hands, and he's looking at it. This can change the world, is what I'm feeling and hearing. The choice can change not only the country itself, but the world as well. And the world can also awaken with this too. I do feel impeachment is coming from the reading I did. I do feel impeachment is coming. I do feel that like something major, that he will, be taken down, taken out. And divine retribution is coming, where he wants to be the star. He wants to be in the spotlight. He wants people to notice him. He wants to be a leader, a dictator. But all of a sudden I shouldn't say all of a sudden. It's going to be a gradual process. It's not going to be something that's going to happen right now. It's going to be a gradual process with everything that comes out, that he spews out of his mouth. It's going to hit him. It's going to be the divine retribution. It's going to hit him hard. And he's going to lose his stage. He's the actor. And he's going to lose his audience. He's going to lose his stage. I feel that we will feel the effects of this starting around August, which I know is a long time. That's like 7 months down. But the actual effect of things happening will start in 2027. And of course, I could be wrong. I could be wrong in this scenario. But I wanted to, since I saw these cards and these popped out, we have to make changes. We have to accept change. We have to learn that, despite our differences, we have to come together to make change as well. So we shall see. Let's see if this lesson plays out. Have a wonderful day and blessings to you.